We often go through life without taking enough time to truly understand ourselves. What genuinely drives you every day? That is why I want to share with you 8 essential questions that could change the way you view life and yourself. These questions will not only help you identify your core values and face your fears, but also guide you toward a more meaningful and fulfilling life. In today's video, we will explore each question together, breaking down practical examples so you can apply them immediately. Don't miss out, because by the end of the video, you will have a powerful tool to take control of your life. If you find this content helpful, please subscribe to the channel and like the video to motivate me to create more new videos. Let's begin right now. To truly understand yourself, the first step is to identify your core values. Core values are the non-negotiable principles, the foundational beliefs that guide how you live and make decisions. Without clarity on these values, you can easily be swayed by societal standards, compare yourself to others, and feel lost. Take the story of James, a young entrepreneur from New York. James pursued a career in finance, not out of passion, but because he believed financial success was the only true measure of a person's worth. After years of climbing the corporate ladder, James found himself feeling empty and exhausted. Every morning he woke up without motivation, as if playing a role disconnected from his true self. One day, James stumbled upon the Stoic philosophy of Seneca, who said, "If a man knows not which port he sails, no wind is favorable." Inspired, James decided to reflect on a crucial question: what are my true values? After months of journaling and deep self-reflection, he realized that money was never what truly mattered to him. Instead, his core values were honesty, continuous learning, and contributing to his community. From that moment, his life choices became clearer. He left his corporate job and launched a financial education business where he could inspire and help young people build healthy financial habits. Aligning his work with his core values, James no longer felt empty. He found genuine meaning in his journey. Identifying your core values requires honesty and a willingness to face yourself. Ask yourself reflective questions like, what would I regret not doing in life? When facing a tough decision, what principles guide me? Who do I admire most and why? Write down at least 5 values you believe are most important. Then, narrow the list down to 3 core values that truly reflect who you are. These values will become your compass, guiding your decisions, even in the most challenging situations. When you live out of alignment with your core values, it's easy to feel lost and unsettled. But when you clarify what truly matters, decision-making becomes easier, regret lessens, and you live more authentically. This week, set aside 30 minutes to journal about your core values. Choose the 3 values you want to uphold in all major life decisions. Adjust your habits and relationships to reflect these values. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Never act in a way that goes against the values your soul holds with respect." Identifying your core values is the first step toward living a genuine and powerful life. Living in alignment with your core values is a significant challenge in today's modern world, where societal pressure and short-term rewards can easily pull you away from the principles you set for yourself. Core values serve as a compass, guiding your decisions and life direction. However, being aware of your values does not guarantee consistently living by them. The gap between belief and action can lead to feelings of anxiety, confusion, and a loss of self-respect. Consider Emma, a lawyer from London who always valued honesty and integrity. While working at a prestigious law firm, she was often asked to conceal or downplay unfavorable information in cases. At first, she felt uneasy, but complied, believing it was necessary for career advancement. However, over time, this inner conflict grew stronger. She felt she was betraying the core principles she once held dear. After a controversial case where she was required to hide a critical truth to protect a major client's interests, Emma experienced a profound mental crisis. Sleepless nights followed, and she felt like she was losing herself. Ultimately, she made the difficult decision to leave her high-paying job and start her own law practice, one built on transparency and integrity. Despite the initial financial struggles, she regained her self-respect and inner peace. Living true to your values requires ongoing self-reflection. Ask yourself, do my recent actions and decisions genuinely reflect my core values? Am I compromising out of fear or external pressure? If the answer is yes, it might be time to make adjustments. This could mean changing how you handle situations at work, ending toxic relationships, or simply learning to say no to things that don't align with your principles. Living in alignment with your values not only brings inner peace, but also forms the foundation of self-respect and the respect of others. When your actions reflect what you believe in, you experience authentic confidence and inner strength. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Live according to the principles your soul respects." This reminds us that integrity is not a luxury, but the foundation of a meaningful and fulfilling life. This week, take time to reflect and write down the core values you genuinely cherish. Review your actions, habits, and decisions. If something feels misaligned, have the courage to make adjustments. Don't let temporary comfort or fear stop you from living in alignment with who you truly are. Only by staying true to your values can you experience true fulfillment and lasting happiness. Let's build a community of kindness by subscribing to Stoicism for Success. Right now, and sharing it with those you wish to see live with kindness and strength, like us. Let's spread these positive values together. A central principle of Stoic philosophy is focusing on what you can control and letting go of what you cannot. Inner peace does not come from trying to change uncontrollable factors, but from mastering your reactions and mindset in all situations. Understanding this boundary is key to living a calm and powerful life. Take Mark, a freelance graphic designer from Berlin. Mark used to be consumed by client feedback and social media comments. Whenever he received a negative review or felt underappreciated, he would spiral into anxiety, self-doubt, and creative blocks. This constant worry drained his productivity and made him lose the joy in his work. One day, Mark discovered the teachings of Epictetus. We do not control events, only our reactions to them. This simple wisdom shifted his entire perspective. Instead of trying to please everyone, Mark shifted his focus to what he could control: the quality of his work, his willingness to learn, and his persistence. He developed daily habits to improve his design skills and build a personal portfolio instead of chasing endless approval. As a result, not only did his work quality improve, but he also felt more confident and emotionally grounded. So what is truly within your control? It includes how you respond to challenges, how you develop your skills, the actions you choose, and your attitude in every situation. You cannot control the weather, the global economy, or how others feel about you, but you can control how you prepare for a presentation, how you handle negative feedback, and how you build mental resilience. To apply this principle in your life, try the following 3 steps. Identify your worries. Write down your current worries and categorize them into 2 lists: things you can control and things you cannot. Focus your energy. Direct your energy only toward the factors within your control. Release what you can't control. Accept the rest as part of life's uncertainties. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, accept reality, but never stop working to improve what is within your power. Focusing on what you can control is the path to genuine inner peace and strength. Don't let external circumstances dictate your life. Master your reactions and live with unwavering resolve. One of the core principles of Stoicism is the ability to control reactions and respond proactively instead of being driven by circumstances. The difference between reacting and responding proactively is what determines true freedom and inner peace. Reacting is an impulsive emotional response to an event, often driven by temporary emotions such as anger, anxiety, or fear. On the other hand, responding proactively means reacting after careful consideration based on reason and your core values. Take the story of David, a marketing director in Chicago. During an important meeting, his boss harshly criticized him in front of his entire team. His first instinct was to react defensively and argue back. However, recalling the Stoic principles he had been practicing, David took a deep breath and chose to remain silent. After the meeting, he proactively sent his boss an email requesting a private discussion to clarify the situation. This action not only prevented the conflict from escalating, but also left a lasting impression of maturity and composure. Being proactive does not mean being passive or avoiding conflict. It involves choosing the right timing and method to respond in a way that aligns with your core values and long-term goals. When you respond proactively, you control your emotions, adjust your behavior, and make decisions driven by logic rather than emotional impulses. How can you practice proactive behavior in everyday life? Start by developing the habit of pausing. When facing an emotionally charged situation, stop for a moment, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, is this reaction truly necessary? Next, clearly define your core values. When you have clarity about what truly matters to you, decisions become easier and less influenced by fleeting emotions. Lastly, focus on what you can control. You cannot control how others behave, but you can control how you choose to respond. Proactivity is not limited to conflict management. It applies to all areas of life. Instead of waiting for opportunities, seek them. Instead of blaming circumstances, ask yourself, what can I do to improve this situation? Marcus Aurelius once said, you have power over your mind, not external events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Remember, inner peace does not come from avoiding challenges, but from mastering how you respond to them. Take control of your emotions and actions, and you will truly reclaim your freedom. Fear is a powerful emotion, but if not confronted and understood, it can become the greatest barrier to personal growth. Stoicism reminds us that fear often arises not from reality, but from uncertainties, factors beyond our control, or exaggerated thoughts we create in our minds. Understanding the root of your fear is the first step to overcoming it. Take the story of Rebecca, a teacher from Boston who had always dreamed of teaching abroad, but was held back by her fear of failure and the challenges of adapting to a new environment. She worried she might not be skilled enough, might make mistakes, or fail to connect with her students. However, when Rebecca sat down and wrote out all her fears, she realized that most of them were assumptions rather than realities. She decided to apply a Stoic technique called premeditatio malorum, visualizing the worst-case scenario. She imagined struggling with communication, making mistakes in class, and even being rejected by some students. But then she asked herself, if this happens, how would I handle it? She realized she could learn from her mistakes, seek mentorship, and gradually improve her teaching skills. This mindset shift helped her overcome her fears, and she successfully pursued her dream of teaching internationally. Fear is not the enemy. It is a signal that something needs to be faced and resolved. To overcome fear, start by identifying exactly what you fear and writing it down in detail. Then, ask yourself, what is the worst that could happen, and how would I handle it? Next, focus on what you can control instead of external factors. Finally, take small, intentional steps to confront the fear directly. As Seneca wisely wrote, we suffer not from reality, but from our thoughts about reality. Fear is often an illusion. Facing it directly is the key to personal growth, resilience, and becoming the master of your own life. Defining your goals is essential in the journey of self-discovery. If you are unclear about what you are pursuing, you may easily be swept along by the expectations of others or influenced by societal standards that do not truly align with who you are. Clearly identifying personal goals helps you live with purpose and meaning. For many years, Michael, an architect from New York, pursued the goal of becoming a partner at a prestigious firm because it was the dream his family and society expected of him. However, after finally achieving that success, he felt empty and unfulfilled. Michael began to question, what truly matters to me? What am I really pursuing? After deep reflection, he realized that what genuinely brought him joy was designing sustainable buildings that positively impacted communities. He decided to leave his corporate job and start his own architecture studio focused on community projects, even though this new path was less glamorous. Pursuing the right goals is not just about success, but about living a life of meaning. To clarify what you are truly pursuing, ask yourself, what makes me feel alive and fulfilled? If societal pressures didn't exist, what would I genuinely want to achieve? Do my current goals reflect my core values? Journaling and reflecting on these questions can help you gain clarity on your true aspirations. Don't allow yourself to be driven by external definitions of success while neglecting your true values and inner desires. It is also important to distinguish between short-term and long-term goals. Often, we chase temporary achievements while losing sight of the bigger picture. Ensure that your daily objectives align with building a life of deeper significance. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Pause and ask yourself, why am I doing this?" This question serves as a reminder of the importance of clearly defining your purpose in every action. When you fully understand what you are pursuing, you will live more consciously, focused, and at peace with your personal journey. Let's come together to support our community. If you are a kind person, please hit the like button on this video and leave some energetic comments to spread positive vibes. Together, we can make a difference. Failure is an inevitable part of life, but how we face and learn from it is what truly matters. Stoicism reminds us that failure does not define your worth, but instead offers a powerful opportunity for growth and wisdom. Facing failure with the right mindset can become a stepping stone toward personal development. Consider Sarah, a freelance writer from California. She spent 2 years working on a novel, believing it would be her breakthrough success. However, after submitting the manuscript to multiple publishers, she received rejection after rejection. Instead of letting disappointment overwhelm her, Sarah chose to view the experience through the lens of Stoicism. She asked herself, "What can I learn from this experience?" and began reviewing the feedback from editors. She realized her plot needed more depth, and her characters lacked complexity. Rather than giving up, she revised her manuscript, attended writing workshops, and experimented with new storytelling techniques. After a year of persistence, her novel was finally published and received positive acclaim. Failure is not an endpoint, but a chance to build mental resilience and personal growth. To truly learn from failure, start by acknowledging it without making excuses or blaming others. Then, objectively analyze the situation. What led to this result? What could I have controlled, and what was beyond my influence? Finally, apply the lessons learned to your next challenges. A key Stoic principle is distinguishing between what you can and cannot control. Failure is an outcome, but your effort and response to it are always within your control. Focus on self-improvement and accept results as part of the growth process. As Epictetus said, it is not circumstances that define a person, but how they respond to them. Transform every failure into a valuable lesson and continue moving forward with persistence and courage. That is the true strength of a Stoic mind. Asking this question is a powerful way to reassess how you are living your life. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Live each day as if it were your last." This is not a pessimistic outlook, but a reminder that life is fragile and time is finite. When you become fully aware of life's brevity, you naturally focus on what truly matters and let go of trivial distractions. Consider the story of John, a software engineer from London. For years, John worked relentlessly, striving for career advancement and hoping to accumulate enough wealth to fully live one day in the future. However, a life-altering event occurred when a close friend of his died unexpectedly in an accident. This tragedy forced him to pause and ask himself, "If today were my last day, am I truly living according to what I value most?" John realized he had sacrificed too much of his time for work, neglecting his health and meaningful relationships. He decided to make significant changes, spending more time with his family, participating in volunteer work, and focusing on projects with deeper personal impact. No longer postponing life's joys, John embraced the idea that every day is a gift. Asking yourself, "If today were my last day, what would I do differently?" helps you eliminate unnecessary distractions and refocus on what matters most. You might consider, am I spending enough time with those I love? Am I pursuing what genuinely matters to me? Are minor conflicts really worth my energy? This reflection is not just a philosophical exercise, but a practical tool for evaluating how you live each day. If you notice a gap between how you are living and how you truly want to live, take small steps to make meaningful changes, starting today. Don't wait for the perfect circumstances. Practicing this principle requires courage and honesty with yourself. It can begin with letting go of negative habits, appreciating life's simple moments, and living with gratitude. More importantly, it means prioritizing genuine connections with yourself and those around you. As Seneca once said, "No one considers their life long enough, yet they waste it on trivial things." Don't wait for a life-altering event to inspire change. Act today. Live with integrity and courage, because each day is an opportunity to become the best version of yourself. The journey of self-discovery is not just about answering life's big questions, but about facing yourself with honesty and courage. Through the 8 questions explored, you can gain clarity on your core values, fears, goals, and how you respond to life's challenges. Self-awareness is not a final destination, but an ongoing process. By regularly reflecting and adjusting your mindset and actions, you will grow, live authentically, and create a life you are proud of. Don't fear failure or mistakes. They are the very experiences that shape your growth and resilience. Start today. Set aside time to reflect and make adjustments. Every moment is a chance to become the best version of yourself. Thank you for watching this video. Let's support our wonderful community by hitting subscribe and turning on notifications right now. Show everyone that you're living kindly by liking the video and sharing your experiences in the comments. Take action now to spread positive energy.